We have a yes/no data sufficiency question here, and we're asking, is x minus y plus 1 greater than x plus y minus 1? And it's a yes or no data sufficiency question because we're saying, is this greater than this? Yes or no? Now, I have walked through the steps here and mapped it out for us. Basically, I am going to do some algebra on this. And a lot of times with inequalities, I don't like to do algebra because it can confuse the math. But in this specific situation, I think that it's straightforward enough that we actually should do it this way. So the only thing you need to be concerned about when you're dealing with inequalities is if you divide or multiply across the inequality, you would have to flip the sign. But that's not something we're going to do here, so we're not going to have to worry about that. Also, if you have something like this and you want to multiply both sides by y, this is not necessarily true because you don't know if y is positive or negative. So you have to consider that if it's negative, you would flip the sign. And so when y is negative, this is true. And when y is positive, this is true. But that's outside the scope of this question, just something I want to outline real quick. So looking at this question, we see that as I consolidate the formula, I subtract x from both sides because both sides have positive x, meaning it's not helping either side to be larger than its partner side. Both sides are getting the benefit of positive x. Next, I have negative y plus 1 is this greater than y minus 1? Well, if I add y to both sides, we'll get down to this step, which is now having 2y on the right, no y's left on the left. And if you follow the math down to here, we end up with 1 is greater than y. But we're really asking, is 1 greater than y, question mark? Because that's how this question was phrased. This formula was not a given, it was a question. So we're asking, is 1 greater than y? Well, statement 1 is clearly insufficient because it tells us nothing about y, and we don't even care about x after we've evaluated that both sides had positive x. So statement 1 is out. Statement 2 on its own says y is less than 0. If y is less than 0, then 1 is definitely greater than y because y is less than 1 if y is less than 0. And that means that this is sufficient. So our answer choice here is going to be B. Once you've done that first step of the math up here, removing the x's, it's pretty obvious the x's have no impact on the formula. So I would just immediately know that statement 1 was insufficient. I also think that makes it pretty clear that C and D are both out. Obviously, answer choice D is out as soon as answer choice A is out, but C is also out because there's no way that statement 1 is going to fill a hole in statement 2 unless they said y is less than x or something in statement 2 and they brought x back into the math. But as long as they don't do that, I'm pretty confident that statement 1 has ruled out A, C, and D, leaving us with only B or E for the last one, and it is answer choice B.